The Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Adam Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
What's going on? It's getting darker earlier, and I don't like that. That's all I want to say. It's getting darker earlier, and I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Nope. No.
You thrive in sunlight.
No, you're telling me you don't like when it's like when it was sunny at like 8:30, or it was like light out.
Helps kids go to bed.
What when it's dark? Yeah, I get. Okay, I get it for kids. I'm just saying, like in general, though. As you said off air, like soon we're gonna get to the point where it's dark at like 5:30.
4 o'clock.
Sorry, and I'm not like not really. I'm not. Really
I remember back in the olden days, like going into the office with no windows. And it's like you roll in, it's dark, and then you leave and it's dark. And
when I used to work in an office, it was the worst.
Yeah,
and you'd leave and you'd just like, oh god,
I've never seen sunlight.
It's like, this is so depressing. Yeah, I know. Well, I guess when you work from home, I guess you don't have to.
No, this is great. You just go outside and go for a walk, enjoy the fresh air.
Unless I'm busy at work. But yeah,
you're never busy at work.
Actually, no, there's like a few days here and there I'm actually busy.
What?
I know, right?
Unacceptable.
Trust me, I wish it wasn't the case. What do we got this week? I don't even know.
I mean, it's like we're in like the full swing of football.
We are.
Both of our college teams are undefeated.
So we're gonna start college first. All right.
Yeah, let's talk college first.
Do you have like the week 2 recap, like the games? What
from
I think
college?
What upsets we had? Yeah, I mean,
we'll just talk about your team.
All right.
Because that was an interesting football game, was it not?
No,
Florida
it
State,
was.
Louisville, so.
Yeah, we played on Friday night, which, by the way, only team in the country to have played 3 different nights. We played Saturday against Duquesne, first week. Sunday, Labor Day weekend against LSU, and then a Friday night. Kind of weird. No, it was a very interesting game. Like, I knew going in it was going to be a difficult game, not because Louisville's a great team, but because like Malik Cunningham is like a poor man's Lamar Jackson. The guy is just no. I mean, he really is. Like he's got like 12,000 total yards. Like he's really fucking good at football. Like I know Florida State has more talent than they do, but I was like, I was very scared of this game. And then like we got off to a really good start, and I'm like, all right, 7-0, that's good. Like, let's see if we can hold it. In typical Florida State fashion, couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Then, like, my nightmare of nightmares happened, and like the most indispensable player on our team, Jordan Travis, goes down in the second quarter, and my heart, I think I sent you God knows how many texts. I sent multiple people multiple texts, just being like, RC's over. Not only that, wait, not only did Jordan Travis go down, then our stud defensive end transfer that we got, who had like 3.5 sacks through the first 2 games, he also got hurt. Our left tackle got hurt. Our starting defensive tackle didn't even make the trip. I mean, it was everything you think. So not only that, so then we're bringing in our backup quarterback, who nobody within the program likes. The beat writers, nobody likes him. All you ever hear is, oh, he does well in, practice and all this shit. And every time he comes into games, he's fucking trash.
Yeah.
And then like on cue, he threw an interception on his first drive. I'm like,
it's a little shaky start.
All right, this is great. We're going to get our ass kicked by Louisville. Everyone's going to say, oh, Florida State's a fraud, this, that, and the other. And then I don't know what Mike Norvell did at halftime. I don't know what juice he like injected him with or something. But all of a sudden, like the backup quarterback looked competent. And he started throwing to our like Mike Evans clone receiver, which you saw. This kid Johnny Wilson, transferred from Arizona State. This kid is 6'7", like 240. I mean, he's built like a before he got really fat, Kelvin Benjamin. And like Mike Evans, like the dude, he's not like fast, but he can get open. He just beats dudes off. Like if he gets off the break, like if you don't jam him, he's gonna like you're not gonna out jump him. But he had a monster game, and Florida State ended up winning the game 35-31. Ironically, the winning touchdown catch by Johnny Wilson was over the cornerback who's at Louisville, who transferred from FSU and was like, I have this game circled and I don't really care about the game, like this game against Florida State because I'm gonna see him in the league. Okay, boss. Maybe you'll see him. I don't know. Maybe you'll see him on TV. You're not going to see him in the NFL. You're not going to be playing in the NFL. But it was just great to win that game because, like, it was a house of horrors. Like any team who loses their starting quarterback, best defensive end, best offensive lineman, and their starting defensive tackle doesn't make the trip, you're not winning that game, especially with a crappy backup. So, and we missed 2 fucking inside 40-yard field goals. So, like, there was no reason for Florida State to win the game.
How do you guys fix your kicker situation? Because
apparently Norvell said, like, oh no, he's the kicker. So I don't know. My guess is after this year we will be in the transfer market for one, because this kid sucks. I mean, might be a nice kid, and like you can say all the things on, oh, we have all the faith in Ryan and all this. You can't miss 2 under 40-yard field goals. And they weren't even close.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, it made my heart. I mean, this is what Florida State does, though, to me. Like, they just play close games. Like, they don't blow anybody out. And it's frustrating. Yeah. Like, yes, we've won 2 really close games, but, like, it's beyond frustrating. But, yeah, it's great. Still not ranked, so that's cool.
You guys are, like, 27?
No, I think it's awesome that, like, Florida's still ranked, even though they barely beat USF at home by 3. Miami still gets to be ranked. I think Michigan State was ranked.
Okay.
I'm sorry, like, Florida State has a pretty good resume. Like, they should be ranked at least. Like, I mean, they should be, Jack. I'm sorry. They're undefeated. Just like, you know who else should be ranked? Kansas should be ranked. But whatever. It is what it is. If we beat Boston College this Saturday, we'll be ranked. I mean, I would think, right? You'd think we'd be ranked at 4-0, but they'll find a way to still hold us off. Yeah, so that was that. Yeah, we play on set, but now we play They play this Saturday against Boston College 8 p.m., which means I get to sweat out the whole day
game,
and then get them another night game.
Till midnight.
Yeah, I can stay till midnight. It's always fun, and if we lose, it's going to be even worse.
And then you won't be able to go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, people laugh at that. Like it's the truth. Like when your team plays that late, you can't just fall right to sleep.
No, you're too hyped up.
So yeah, we won. Maryland.
No, the Maryland game
had another. I told you before the game, I was like, SMU's going to be a problem.
SMU's a pretty good. It was a night game. The crowd was pretty good. And SMU kind of showed up as promised.
Their receiver was awesome.
Rashee Rice is a monster.
They have a good transfer quarterback from
the quarterback
Oklahoma.
Slings it, and it's funny.
And they ran the ball pretty well too.
So it looked like Maryland was running like a prevent defense the whole game, and people around me were saying like, "What are we like? What's happening?" And I surmised that the strategy was that, and I had seen this in one of the like pregame reports, was that SMU had concern about kind of like their like long drives and consistency and turnovers. Yeah. And I think the defensive strategy was, let's just let them run a bunch of plays and they're bound to make mistakes at some point.
Like Maryland would?
That if Maryland defense,
SMU would.
SMU have a 10-play drive.
Yeah.
And it kind of turned out that way. SMU had 4 turnovers, and one of them was at the goal line. And they were timely turnovers, I said, at the goal line. Maryland... Talia had an efficient game. He had 2 touchdowns, 214 yards passing. He had 50 yards rushing. He personally had no turnovers, but guys like McDonald and
nobody knows who these people are.
I'm just naming names of people who did things. Everyone knows who Talia Tagovailoa is.
Well, there's only one Tagovailoa.
Yeah, the good one, Talia. And then Hemby had a nice game. It's just interesting that like the team Talia only targeted receivers like 4 times, which is remarkable.
Really weird.
A lot of penalties. Everyone's talking about the penalties. There are 15 penalties on Maryland, and it's just undisciplined play.
Well, let's get to the main thing, which
What's the main
Maryland
thing?
is 3-0.
3-0.
I feel like we see this play out with Maryland all the time, though, where you beat up and you're non-conference, and then you play like a make it or break it game.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Last year was Iowa. And they beat the living fuck out of you, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like 2 years ago you had like you started out hot and then you played somebody and they beat the shit out of you and then you just nosedive. Well, this year is no different. You are playing Michigan.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What is as a Maryland fan is your goal just to stay within the number, which is currently 16.5.
16.5 now. Yeah.
I think it's reasonable because I think Michigan, yes, they're good, but they've played Hawaii, Colorado State, and UConn. So basically, they've played nobody. So how do we know how good Michigan is?
Yeah.
This is their first test.
One thing that's
this
nice,
is Michigan's first test.
What's nice to see with the Maryland, again, a traditional Maryland football team that I expect as a long-term fan is I want us to win the non-conference.
Which you've done.
Beat the bottom dwellers of the Big Ten.
Which you haven't had to play yet.
Have a shot against one of the big boys.
I mean, I think you can. So I don't think you're going to win this week. I don't think Michigan's going to. I mean, I think Michigan can score on you. I think you can score on them. I think they just have a little bit.
If we lose,
there's a little bit.
Let's say,
they're better defensively than you.
Let's say we lose, say 35-21.
That's fine.
I think that's something that I can respect.
Okay. How about this? I was listening to another college. Football show. What if it was 52-28? How would you feel?
I feel better than I did last year against them.
Okay. Like, do you think there's like confidence wise, what confidence you have that Maryland can keep it close? Like, is it going to be like the first drive you'll know if it's going to be good or bad? Or do you need to say the first 3 drives?
I think what I'd like to see,
like, you can't have a 3 and out in your first drive.
We can't have a 3 and out. We also can't like have a
dumb turnover,
shit our pants turnover.
Yeah.
Like, and we can't have dumb stuff like
nobody's giving you a chance, which is great. It's always good to go in there where nobody gives you a chance.
Also maybe like well deserved. You gotta just make a statement to earn the chance. I think if the team limits the penalties, fewer. I mean,
defensively, you admit you're not the best
terrible.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like,
I don't know
bonehead mistakes.
But what's Michigan's strength? Michigan's strength, I think, is their run game.
Sure, and that's their strength on defense.
So that's good, but they so basically, and I don't know. I will be curious. I don't know how much of your game I'll be watching because Clemson Wake Forest is on at that same time. And that's probably a better game.
I don't know,
but
let's hope not.
That is a better game.
I'd like it to be. I have low confidence.
I mean, you should. I mean, I think if it was at Maryland, I think you'd have more confidence.
No, I wouldn't.
You just think Michigan's just too good.
No, I think Maryland's not that good. Yet.
Yeah.
And again, the team is still like all of our best receivers are still, other than Jarrett, are still coming back from injury.
Right.
I mean, Demas had a drop which you don't see. Jones needs to contain himself, and it's just we're not good enough yet. But I think
I gotcha.
But
we'll see what happens.
I think the
it's
final
fun, but it is fun to be undefeated.
The final score could be like 35-21 or something. That'd be fine with me.
But it's fun for both of us to be undefeated because Florida State. This is the first time we've been undefeated. With 3-0 since 2015, which is
Maryland's
sad.
running on a 5-game win streak, which is the second longest streak in the country, I think.
Supposedly. It is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense because everyone outside, behind Georgia? No, because Georgia lost in the SEC championship game. I don't even know who would be behind. No, that's cool. But yeah, we'll both have, hopefully on Tuesday, we'll both be talking about,
you'll still be undefeated.
I hope we're undefeated. I mean, we're double-digit favorites in an AC game for the first
Travis
time.
Doing?
He apparently was at practice today.
Okay.
They didn't say he actually practiced. He was in uniform. So I don't know. Like, if my guess, he doesn't play because it's BC. Now again, I'm not disrespecting BC. I know it sounds like I'm disrespecting BC. Our next 3 games after this game, ready? Wake Forest, NC State, and then Clemson. Would you rather hope that the backup, Tate Rodemaker, can play against BC, hopefully get you a win, and then Jordan can play the next week against Wake Forest? I think that's realistic, right? I think that's probably the best bet for Florida State. Just hopefully they don't fuck it up and lose to BC. But since it's at home, I like our chances. Whenever we play BC at BC and it's at Red Bandana game, you don't beat BC. And we played them like 2 or 3 times on that Red Bandana game. Which, by the way, for gamblers out there, always bet BC regardless of who they play on Red Bandana night. You don't know what that is, do you?
But we talked about that last.
I'm saying you always bet BC on that day. It doesn't matter who they play. It could be Clemson. It could be Miami.
They always win?
They either cover or they win outright. I'm just telling you, do not bet against BC on that night or that day. But yeah, so that's that. I'm trying to think. Was there any crazy upsets? Not really. I mean, Georgia just is so much better than everybody. It's not even funny how good they are. But what else? Michigan State lost. That was kind of an upset, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Though
nice.
I think they were underdogs. Actually, in that game, even though they were ranked, I think they were the underdogs. So I guess Vegas knew a lot more than
Maybe.
knew
Did you
that.
see the App State Hail Mary? That's pretty cool.
I mean, that was insane. Like they got game day, and they went on a Hail Mary. I mean, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, they should have won by more. I think they were like 14-point favorites, so it went on a Hail. But yeah, I mean, can you imagine what it's like to be in Boone, North Carolina, over the last 2 weeks? Everyone's been drunk for 2 weeks straight.
Well, I mean, it's typical for them.
Well, I'm just saying though. Like, think about it. You coming off a win against Texas A&M, and then you come back, and then you have a fucking Hail Mary to win.
Yeah,
craziness. But does that rival the craziness of Sunday?
Well, there's three big.
I mean, obviously we have to start. You know what? I mean, I'm not doing this. Yeah, I mean, so I was watching the game with some friends.
The Miami Dolphins.
Watching the Miami Dolphins against the Ravens
game,
and I went into the game. My friend was like, "You should bet on Miami," and I'm like, "Playing in Baltimore is our house of horrors." They showed a stat. The last time we won in Baltimore, 1997. Like, we just don't beat Baltimore in Baltimore. And they're a bad matchup for us. For some reason, like, Lamar kills us. Like, I can remember the first game of 2019, the year of Tank for Tua. Lamar had like 6 touchdowns and they won like 56-7.
Nice.
They just own us. They own us for some goddamn reason. And Sunday's game started out no different. Like, they scored on the I'm getting ready. We're getting ready to watch the games. 13 seconds in, I screamed to Jeremy.
Opening kickoff,
7-0 Ravens. He's like, shut up. I'm like, take a look. They scored 13 seconds in the game. I'm like, oh my God, this is just going to be like that. Then we came back and answered. I'm like, all right, maybe we got something. And then Tua threw an interception and they scored and it was like 21-7. And I'm just like, oh God, it's going to be another goddamn Dolphins loss. I'm going to have to watch it. And it's going to be awful. And like nothing was going our way. And like Lamar scored on a fucking 80-yard touchdown run where nobody touched him. And it was like, at that point, it was 35-14. And I'm like, all right, maybe we can try to make this close. Like, who knows?
Be less embarrassing.
Right. And then like, so we score on like the first possession of the fourth quarter. And it's 35-21. I'm like, all right, Baltimore will just run it down our throats. They'll run some goddamn read options, Lamar, whatever. And then I don't know what happened, dude, but like they just completely shit the bed. And I would say this is pretty bad strategy, but like their defensive coordinator decided not to cover Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Or just play like super aggressive against Tyreek Hill with a banged up secondary, which is like probably the worst move you could do when Tyreek Hill's the most dangerous receiver, probably, you'd say, in football.
Yeah.
And they let Tyreek Hill get behind him. So it's 35-28. So he scores in the first one, right? And I'm like, okay. We get another 3 and out. There's like 7 minutes to go, I think. First play off that, Tua steps up and just uncorks it. I'm like, who the fuck did he throw it to? Tyreek's just running by himself again.
Yeah, 60-yard touchdown.
60-yard touchdown, 35-35. Now I'm starting to believe, obviously, we hold them to a field goal.
2 minutes left.
38-35 with 2 minutes left. I'm like, you know what? I think we had 2 minutes left and 2 timeouts. I'm like, you know what? Pretty sure Tua can do this. Edmonds gets like a major run down to like the 12 or something of Baltimore. And I think we had like 35 seconds or like it was like 30 seconds to go.
The 7-yard line.
7-yard line. And then Tua made a play and he spun out and found Jalen Waddle in the end zone and we win 42-38. It's one of the greatest games I've ever watched as a Dolphins fan. I'm happy, obviously, for Miami, but I'm really happy for Tua because Tua Tagovailoa, I think you would agree, over the last 3 years since he's been in the NFL, has been the most scrutinized player for some. People just love to hate him.
Sure.
They just love to hate him, whether it's he's too short, he doesn't have the arm strength. You always see those stupid clips of like him throwing it and it's like it bounces and it's like every fucking quarterback does that. Okay, sorry, he doesn't have the arm strength of Justin Herbert or Josh Allen like most humans don't. But
right.
I think it's just great that he like for 1 week, people now, I mean, myself included, have to shut the fuck up about Tua. And I think it's great because now, next game, we're playing Buffalo. I'm not stupid. I don't think we're going to beat Buffalo. Josh Allen, I believe, is 8-0 against us in his career. But we have a lot of confidence. And I will say this. Mike McDaniel, he is the dorkiest human being you've ever seen. Like, that dude just looks like the IT guy at for any office, correct?
Sure.
But you know what? There's something about him where, like, the players just love playing for him. Like, Brian Flores was a good coach, but the guy had the personality of, like, a cactus. He was just an asshole. He didn't like Tua. He made it very well known he didn't like Tua. So how's Tua going to play well for a guy who just doesn't like you? But Mike McDaniel, like, actually believes in Tua. So, do I think we need to win the game? No. Do I think we need to keep it close? Yes. We can't get blown out. We can't lose like 35-7. But I think if we keep it close, I think it shows that we can compete with the best of the best. Like Buffalo's the best team in football, so like not expecting to win the game, but it's in Miami, so you never know.
Never know.
But yeah, we're 2-0. Like that's awesome. There's 6 teams that are 2-0, and we're one of them. So
there you go. It's better to be 2-0 than 0-2.
Awesome win. What else? Yeah, your Commanders. I bet on your Commanders. That was
Why'd you do that?
because Jeremy was like, oh, they're missing all these guys on this and this and this and this, and I'm like, okay, and I bet them, and they. No. I don't even know where to start. Jack Del Rio should have been fired on Monday. Can you explain to me how down 14 you went for 2?
I can't explain.
Nobody can explain that one.
And they mentioned the analytics, but there's
no analytics.
You're down by 14.
Yeah,
you get a touchdown and an
extra point, and a touchdown and an extra point.
Unless he was thinking again, Well, if
in Ron Rivera's
if I get a
weird
touchdown,
brain.
2 points, and then 2 field goals, but you're not going to have time for that.
No, it was a stupid decision.
Score 2 touchdowns.
Beyond stupid. I think you'd agree with me at this point. Ron Rivera is just not a good coach.
He's lost it.
He's not a good coach.
Yeah.
You need your Mike McDaniel, your
Or Sean McVay.
or Kyle Shanahan. No, great, you had like all of them except.
Or
Oh, no, you had. Did you
O'Connell.
have Mike McDaniel too?
No,
I think you had Mike McDaniel. I think he may have been on the staff.
O'Connell, too.
Yeah, you had O'Connell. You need
One
a
of those
young. I'm saying
guys.
you need a young, just some like Ron Rivera. It's done. Like if you're gonna keep Jack Del Rio around, and like he had some stupid quote after the game where they asked him about like the run defense, and he was like, "Yeah, I still believe in our run." It's like, what made you believe in your run defense? And then did you see your like second year guy Jamin Davis?
Yeah, he had a video of like
Because apparently they go out of their way
Pitchforks,
to
yeah.
like shit all over him. You're the first off. I'm not saying Jamin Davis is good because I feel like I've seen like Redskins or Commanders Twitter and they don't like Jamin Davis.
fine.
But like you drafted him,
Right.
Like you're the ones that vouched for him, Ron
and you got to coach him up.
and Del Rio. You both. I assume both of you were like the ones that were pounding the table for Jamin Davis.
Yeah, and you got to coach him up.
So I think you'd agree. Like Jack Del Rio's terrible.
He stinks.
Like should not be the defensive coordinator.
No.
And this is the problem. I've said it. When you hire your friends, this is where the problems come in.
Yeah.
Because if Del Rio and Rivera weren't friends, good chance he could have been fired.
Sure.
But because they're boys, he's never going to go. And I think somebody needs to go in there and be like, look, man, like if okay, this week you play the Eagles. I think we'd both agree. We'll get into like we'll get in our
race.
picks. You're going to probably get boat raced. Like the Eagles are really fucking good.
Yeah.
If you get boat raced again, like if you get boat raced, then somebody needs to go in there and be like, either he goes or you both go. At this point, because I don't think that you'd agree. I think Rivera's probably like if they don't make the playoffs this year, is Rivera done?
Seems reasonable.
I don't think he's the right coach. I mean, you'd agree he's not a good coach.
Not at this point.
So I think he's done. I'm trying to think what other great. Oh, so I guess you want to talk about the crazy game. The Raiders was the Raiders
and the
Cardinals.
Cardinals game.
Can I just say, okay? So Cardinals came back from like what was it, 21 down? Also like the Dolphins.
It was basically.
Also, that guy who returned the fumble return for a touchdown. Did you see he dropped the ball? He almost dropped the ball. You saw that, right? The clip. You know the guys like when they cross it, like like they put. He literally was like he literally had just crossed it by like that much.
Oh man!
Can I just tell you right now? Why are guys so stupid?
I don't
Like,
know.
score the touchdown, get into the end zone,
Hold the
zone,
ball.
like hold it,
And then hand it to the refs.
or just get it. No, if you want to get into the end zone and then do your celebration, fine. Don't fucking drop it until you're in the end zone fully.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, like, okay, you know why that game was a fluke though? Hunter Renfrow fumbled twice.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to happen. But I will say this, I don't think the Raiders are God's gift to football either. Like, everyone like anointing the Raiders. Like they were like, oh, this is the greatest. Just because they got Devontae Adams. Like, they didn't even, what Devontae Adams have 2 catches for 12 yards?
they didn't even target
What
him.
are you doing? Josh McDaniels, you're supposed to be an offensive genius. Figure out ways to get Devontae Adams the ball. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you got.
Fuck is
you
wrong
got,
with you?
Mac Hollins gets 10 targets.
Mac Hollins. I mean, former Dolphin, but
and
yeah,
then
Mac Hollins should get
Devontae
10
Adams
targets.
had 7 targets with 2 catches.
But that's terrible on
Terrible
Carr.
percentage. Yes.
I'm sure Devontae Adams was open. Carr just overthrew him. They also don't have a good running game. Josh Jacobs probably had like 20 carries for 60 yards.
He had 19 carries for 69 yards. Nice.
So he's averaging under 4 yards a carry.
Yeah.
I will tell you this though. You know who the biggest embarrassment though, as a new head coach is? Nathaniel Hackett in Denver. That dude has no idea what he's doing. No clue. Did you watch any of that Houston-Denver game?
They won 16
They
to 9.
look so bad.
Yeah.
Like Russ looks completely. They have Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, and they just don't want to use them. Like he wants to use Melvin Gordon way more. Apparently, I didn't see this play, but on a 3rd and 1, they ran like a read option with the backup tight end. Hackett doesn't know how to like figure out like the clock management's really bad. So
Look, Jerry Jeudy got 3 targets.
he got hurt also.
Okay.
So Denver's a kind of a disappointment. Like they're lucky to be 1-1. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Really lucky.
Is Russ
Russ
spent?
looks terrible. No, he's not spent. Is he what?
Is he spent?
No, he's fine. It's just I think Hackett's in way
Well,
over his head. Also, teams have to stop hiring like the offensive coordinators for like amazing quarterbacks. Like the Dolphins made this mistake when they hired Joe Philbin because he was Aaron Rodgers' offensive coordinator.
Aaron Rodgers is just a Hall of
maybe
Famer.
Aaron Rodgers is is one of the greatest players of all time, and he made like just because Nathaniel Hackett was
Just because Ron Rivera had Cam Newton in his prime.
right.
Is
It
that
doesn't
what
mean
you're
Ron
saying?
Rivera's a good coach.
Yeah.
Like just because Nathaniel Hackett coached Aaron Rodgers, like he didn't coach him. It's like how Adam Gase turned being Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator into the job with the Dolphins. How'd that work out?
Worked out great.
And then with the Jets, how'd that work out? I mean, teams have to stop doing this.
And then
stop.
I just want to note the Jets came back to,
Oh
to
my
beat
God.
your
I
Browns.
mean, everyone's giving Nick Chubb a lot of shit for scoring. I'm not.
No.
Like,
scoring's fine.
you were up by 13 points.
Yeah.
You're expecting
Nick Chubb fantasy owners were cheering for this.
You're expecting, though, to hold a 2-touchdown lead with 1:30 to go. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to shit on
no,
Nick.
it's defense.
Now, if you were up by 7, no, if you're up by
7.
1, if you're up by 1 point, and if he goes down, you win the game. Okay, fine. You were up by 7 points, right? Or 7 points. He missed the extra point. Why not score? Like, why? Like, I'm sorry. Stop blaming Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is not the problem in this game.
No.
Embarrassing if you're a Browns fan, but
Although, I mean, technically missing the...
PAT. I understand. It's still embarrassing though by the Browns. All right, should we get into our week 3 picks now?
Sure.
All right, and then yeah,
And that'll be a full show. That's
that'll
a
be
lot
a full
of
show.
stuff.
All right, let's do our week 3 picks quickly then.
All right. The Thursday night rivalry game,
I don't even wanna
Steelers
watch-
Browns.
Yeah, can I? I mean, I don't. I didn't say. Did I say it last week? I don't like the Amazon Prime. I don't like it.
Why?
Because I can't flip back and forth.
What do you mean?
I can't like. Let's say I want to watch another show, like something. I can't. I like.
Oh, that affects you in your streaming because you have it in the streaming deck.
Yep. It sucks. I mean, I'm sorry. And also the buffering. It was not great buffering.
Okay. So
I'm just saying I didn't love it. Also, stop with the Dude Perfect shit. I don't need Dude Perfect.
you know what you could do though?
What? Do a
you know
Roku?
what? No. You could set it up for picture-in-picture for the Amazon Prime feed in one, and then have like your shows in the background.
Yeah, I understand, but
in the other
nonetheless,
one.
it's still annoying.
Okay.
Also, like I said, stop with the Dude
Browns
Perfect.
are 4.5
Stop
point
with the Dude
favorites,
Perfect
and
shit.
I think the Browns are going to win.
I actually think the Steelers are going to win. I don't think why are the Browns 4.5 point favorites with Jacoby Brissett? I'm sorry. I know the Pittsburgh offense looks shitty, but why? What are we doing here? So Jacoby Brissett's going to just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking the
Nick
Steelers.
Chubb.
I trust Mike Tomlin more than I trust Kevin Stefanski. Sorry.
There's another game that you're going to be glued to the television or your phone or your tablet. The
What's that?
Texans are with the Bears.
Ugh.
The Bears are 2.5 point favorites.
Ew.
I think the
I'm taking the
Bears-
Texans.
Oh, you think the Texans? Wow,
I'm taking
we're
the
on
Texans.
Alternates.
No, you know what? Fuck. I'll take the. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the. Where's the game?
It's in Chicago.
All right, fuck it. I'll take the Bears.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
All right, I'll take the Bears in some ugly fucking like 16-13 shit.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's how you do it.
Ugh. I think I have David Montgomery in one of my leagues. And I'm starting him. Ugh. So bad.
In a
Such a dog shit
battle
game.
of disappointing 0-2 teams, the Raiders are at the Titans. Raiders are 2.5 point
Raiders are
favorites.
going to roll them. The
Titans
Titans
look like
are
shit.
so bad. Taylor Lewan got hurt. Best offensive lineman. Trading A.J. Brown looks so stupid at this point. Like, I understand what you didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
So cheap. The defense looks like dog shit. Tannehill is
He's cooked.
Yeah, I got the Raiders. I think the Titans are in some world of hurt. And Derrick Henry doesn't look right either. He doesn't look right. Does not look right.
Well, they gave a lot of run to Son Haskins on my
Well, they were getting their
fantasy.
ass kicked. But yeah, no, I think the Raiders win this game. Even if they have to travel, I still think they win.
Okay. The Chiefs are at the underachieving Colts. Chiefs are 7 point favorites. Chiefs are
roll.
going to
Chiefs
destroy
roll.
them.
Chiefs roll. Now, the Colts are... I mean, I think the Colts will get back Michael Pittman, which will help. But Matt Ryan...
Matt
I
Ryan
love
looks
how...
like
now,
shit.
again, I can't believe I'm actually defending... Like, I know everyone hates Carson Wentz, but like, everyone's like, oh, as soon as we get Matt Ryan, he's going to all of a sudden revolutionize. No, he's not.
The statue.
He's a stat... Exactly. Like, at least Carson Wentz can move.
Yeah.
Like, the Colts are fucked as well. Frank Reich is... He gets blown out this game. I'm not saying he's going to get fired, but it's going to be very tight. But yeah, the Chiefs are just... They're a well-oiled
He
machine.
can always come back to Maryland as defensive
Good.
coordinator.
Yeah, he could, yeah. But no, Chiefs, I think, all this game.
All right. This is the game you've had circled on your calendar.
Yeah, what's that?
Bills are at Dolphins. Bills are 5.5 point favorites.
I can't pick the Dolphins to outright win this game. I can't. I want them to win. Their history against my Buffalo isn't good.
No.
I do need to see the injuries, though. Like, if Gabe Davis doesn't play... They had a couple other big injuries last night, too. Like, I need to see their injuries before I want, like, 1,000%. But, like, I want to win, and I'm obviously not going to be rooting for Buffalo, but I think Buffalo wins. So, go ahead.
Yeah,
I know you picked Buffalo. I know
Buffalo-
Buffalo should win. They should win.
Buffalo could have scored
But it's
70.
in Miami. Again, it's in Miami, so that does help. It
Buffalo
does help.
could have scored 70
I know.
last night.
I know, and I'm not... Listen, Miami is a better team than Tennessee, but I think...
Yeah,
I think Buffalo wins. Buffalo wins. It's
You know
fine.
what?
Don't.
I'm going to say Buffalo.
Yeah,
All
I knew
right.
you were. It's fine. I hope we're both wrong.
Classic rivalry. Lions at Vikings. Vikings are 6 point favorites after looking like complete shit last night.
The Lions are really feisty. Like, I
They're
like watching
feisty.
the Lions. Like, Amon-Ra St. Brown, really
He's
good.
a nice player.
He's a really good player. Great find in like the 4th round, 5th round or something.
Goff is cromulent.
Yeah, I mean, like the defense is still not great there. It's in. I'll take Minnesota to win, but Detroit to cover. Like I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it'll be like a 4-point game. But I think Minnesota wins. I think they're not going to be Minnesota playing at home. They'll play better.
Yeah, I think Minnesota will win. I think they'll cover too.
But I think Lions
they'll win by like 8.
I think Lions are better than people think.
Okay. The Ravens are at the Patriots. Ravens are 3-point favorites, and I think the Ravens should win.
Ravens will win. Patriots have no offense. By the way, fuck all you Mac Jones lovers. Mac Jones is fucking trash. Stop telling me Mac Jones is better than Tua. The fact that Mac Jones made the fucking Pro Bowl last year was a joke. He's not good. Now, I understand, like, I know he doesn't have weapons. He doesn't have weapons.
Okay.
Welcome to Tua's
Tom
life.
Brady never had weapons
Welcome
either.
to Tua's life his first 2 fucking years.
Tom Brady never had weapons either.
Yeah, I think the Ravens win that game. The Ravens are just a better team. I mean, I don't know if Dobbins is back yet, but the Ravens they'll come out. They'll come out better after the game against Miami.
The supremely disappointing Bengals are at the Jets. Bengals are 4.5-point favorites.
I mean, I think the last time they played the Jets last year, they lost.
Yeah.
And that offensive line for Cincinnati, which they spent all that money on the offseason,
like
is
ass.
awful. That being said, I can't pick the Jets. The Jets won on a fluky, off. Yeah, I'll take the Bengals. I don't think they're good. I think the Super Bowl hangover is real. I think the Joe Burrow love is a little bit overblown. I think stop kissing Joe Burrow's ass. Stop putting Joe Burrow already in like Canton. Sorry, stop.
I think
stop.
To me, it's like in like Major League 2 after they or like think they're the shit and they like get
they're
like,
getting
parties
there.
and
No, I think they'll win this
stuff.
game, but I wouldn't say like everything's problem solved in Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Bengals win, but they have to look better than they.
Yeah, you would think.
Are playing.
You can't. Yeah, you'd think so.
Okay. The Saints are at the Panthers. Saints are 3-point favorites.
Panthers are fucking terrible.
Panthers
they're
terrible.
so
Saints
bad.
looked really bad last week.
They
though.
did, but they're just a better team. Even Kamara, I would think is back. Like Matt Rule was basically just like waiting until he can get fired so he can go back to college. Baker Mayfield's. It's just they're just bad.
Yeah.
They're just a bad team. I'll take the Saints.
Okay, same. The Jags are at the Chargers. The Chargers are 7-point favorites.
I'll say this. Okay, so if this game was in Jacksonville, I'd be really tempted to take Jacksonville. The fact that Jacksonville has to travel to LA,
cross country.
I'm taking, and the Chargers have had like 3 extra days rest.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay, I'm on board with you on that.
Taking the Chargers. Better team. That's a very good team. Chargers.
The Rams are at the Cardinals. This should be a high flying adventure. Rams are 3.5-point favorites.
I'll take the Rams. Sorry, excuse me. I'll take the Rams. I think they don't look good, but the Cardinals. No, I don't believe in the Cardinals. I don't. I'm sorry.
And I don't know if Connor is playing.
I don't. Yeah, even if Connor plays, I'm still taking the Rams.
Okay.
I think they can't play this bad for
No.
3 weeks in a row.
One can hope. All right, the Falcons also just trying to
so bad
stink, or the Seahawks who also stink.
Oh,
Seahawks are 1.5 point favorites.
Who's a favorite?
Seahawks are 1.5 point
I'm taking the
favorites. They're at
Falcons.
home.
I'm taking the Falcons. The Seahawks. No, no. I'm taking Marcus Mariota over Geno Smith. As sad as that is,
I mean,
it's a horrible game.
same guy.
You should murder. You should put rusty nails in your eyes if you're watching this fucking game.
Nice.
I don't know what the hell you're doing if you're watching this game first.
You're gambling.
Even if you're gambling, I'd have it on like the smallest TV known to mankind.
Okay, put that in your picture-in-picture.
Yeah, seriously.
smaller one.
Or picture-in-picture. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
If you had that.
Endless loop.
Yeah, seriously.
The Packers are at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are only 2.5-point favorites.
I mean, so here's the thing. Buccaneers are going to have no Chris Godwin.
No Godwin, no Evans.
No Evans. Possibly no Julio Jones. So, like, the number one receiver is
Gage.
Russell Gage? I don't know,
Put him
man.
back in my fantasy lineup.
I don't know, man. Woo, this is a tough one. I mean, the Buccaneers defense is really. Ugh, God. I'll defer to you on this one. I don't know. I really don't, because the Packers didn't. They looked fine against the Bears, but like, I don't know.
Tom Brady seems disinterested.
Yeah, because you know why? Because it's about to get the D word.
Well, fortunately, she makes more money than him.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like,
which is insane. But yeah,
I'll
take. Where is it? It's in Tampa.
It's in Tampa.
Fuck it. I'll take Tampa, and I don't feel confident at all in this. I'll take Tampa.
I'm going to take Green Bay, but I'm
fair.
also going to put Russell Gage in my starting lineup, my fantasy.
You should. I don't hate it. If Julio Jones doesn't play, you have to put Russell Gage in.
Right?
Though Russell Gage will be covered by Jair Alexander, I would think, and that's not good.
He's still going to maybe targets.
You'd think he'd get targets. Yeah, I'll take the Buccaneers will find some bullshit way to win the game.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong, though.
Okay. Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers are at the Broncos. The 49ers are 1.5-point favorites, and I think the 49ers should win. You were just complaining about the Broncos.
Yeah, I'll take the 49ers. Hackett's just in Overset. It's only been 2 games. He's in Overset. I'll take.
And I think Jimmy Garoppolo.
Actually makes him better.
Downgrade.
Yeah, he makes him better. Like Trey Lance, I feel bad for the guy for breaking his ankle.
He got to play a little bit,
but he's just
he got a game and a half in.
This is what he's also really raw. Like I don't know why people were already like automatically had them in like the NFC Championship. Like I understand the roster is really good, but like he's really really raw.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't love that pick when they made it. I was ecstatic when they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll take the Niners. I'll still take the Niners. Jimmy G is just a better quarterback.
In a Monday night NFC East battle, the Cowboys are the good luck Giants.
I'll take the Cowboys. I don't believe in the Giants. Like the Giants won on a fluky 2-point conversion, and then battle of field goals against the Panthers.
Like man,
I don't know. Like
Cooper Rush is on fire.
I also trust the Cowboys defense over the Giants. Yeah, I'll take the Cowboys in an ugly game.
You know what?
Take the Giants.
I'm gonna take the Giants.
Oh God, you have the Giants 3-0. Kill yourself.
I do. It's terrible. So
End
disgusting.
it.
They could then lose their next 5.
Who, the Giants?
Yeah,
that's fine. But anyway, those are our picks.
Right, that's football.
Yeah, so that's all we got. Though we got football. I mean, I think in a couple weeks we'll have like baseball playoffs. We can get into that down the line. But right now it's football for the next few weeks.
Okay. Can I tell you a?
Can we go? No.
No.
You don't need to tell me stories. No, we're already at 35 minutes in.
Oh, you guys already made it so far. You made it to the end of the show club.
You did.
Congratulations.
Well done.
It's a good club to be in. I'm here. Adam's here.
I know.
And you, listener, are here at the end of the show club. Well, for Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night.
The Adam Gravitz Sports Show.